Hey everyone. Happy Heritage Day. I hope you guys had a great day. I identify as South African. That is my heritage. I am South African. I guess from a genetic point of view, I'm a little bit of what the Harry Potter fans would call a half-blood. I'm a little bit of German, I'm a little bit of French, I'm a little bit of Dutch, I'm a little bit of English, but mostly Boer. I am mostly Boer. Today, I want to talk about a tiny little South African town that the US wants control of. And this is something I mentioned in one of my previous Department of Defense videos. Considering how weak our defense and security forces are, the fact that this topic isn't more topical is what surprises me the most. A bit of a shocker for me when I did the research on this topic is that only just a year ago did the Pentagon quietly ship cargo into a small South African town. I'm sure you've all guessed which one by now. And it did more shipping into that little town than it did into Kabul during the final Afghanistan pullout. I might say, what? Yo. So let's be clear, obviously Washington isn't here for the penguins. 92% of the world's platinum group metals sits within a 1,000-kilometer radius. I did not know this. And you can't build hypersonic missiles or an EV battery without them, which consequently would also benefit, yes, Elon Musk. So the article I read in the Daily Investor says, South Africa is particularly important for the United States, given its influence as the largest economy on the continent and its democratic institutions. I'm going to waver a bit on that, but let's agree to disagree. American firms are limited by the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act in the United States, which prevents them from investing in undemocratic countries and engaging in corruption and bribery. So South Africa is eminently investable from an American perspective, and the US view on the country is unfavorable based on its slow economic growth and high unemployment. That is what Frans Cronje said. He's a political analyst. I'm sure you're all familiar with him. So I found out that since 2021, the Pentagon's overseas humanitarian and disaster relief budget, that's literally the line item it falls under, $87 million has been spent into refurbishing 2 South African airfields and 1 port. Political analyst Frans Cronje, I really enjoy what he says. Super logic, down the line, absolutely business focused, like a get it done attitude. Love it. This statement, it takes rudimentary diplomatic skills to take Americans' fixed investment interest and South Africa's strategic importance to form a new bilateral treaty. Absolutely. But let's just read that first little bit again. It takes rudimentary diplomatic skills. Thank you. The ANC is always like, I want 80, you can have 20. Give me attitude drives me through the wall. He carries on to say, I think it is a vast opportunity for this government that they can take advantage of if they can adopt the correct strategy, of which I am pretty sure there are hundreds of thousands of economic and political analysts willing to work together to get this done. Simonstown remains a relatively sophisticated port, with surveillance equipment installed in 1973, still being able to track nearly all ocean traffic in the South Atlantic and South Indian Oceans. I want to go through that year again. Installed in 1973. I would love for Defense Minister to tell me that. Like, let a journalist ask the Defense Minister these hard questions. You would never, ever put an ANC politician under the same spotlight you put Helen Zille. Shocking, horrifying, and for no absolute value, really, again, lacking in substance. But I'm sure you got the clicks, yeah? I'm sure you got the views. Do you get commission for that? Anele, not cool. Not cool at all. So divisive. Your role is to bring us all together. But the only person you're holding to account is Helen. What about Dada? Come, let's do a Dada round. Helen versus Dada. In conclusion, for my ramble, is Cape Independence closer than you think? Is this why they're moving Paul from the Voortrekker Monument down to Oranje? Like, what on earth is actually going on, guys? You know what I like to say? Where there's smoke, there's fire. What do you guys think? Do you know anything I don't know that you think I should know? Drop me a comment. Drop me an email. Drop me a super thanks. Drop me a subscribe. Drop me a like. Drop me a share. I hope you enjoyed this sort of insight and the time with me. I, of course, loved spending this time with you. Shock, horror, when I looked at my analytics yesterday, I found out that 87% of you unsubscribed. I mean, come on now. No. This is a free way to support me. I really do benefit financially from subscriptions. So really, drop me a subscribe or at least a like. I hope you guys had a great Heritage Day. Over and out.